"Hey, Toyota." And he didn't even have a siren because we lived in a small town. He would say, "Woo!"
Well, how do you always get lost coming to my house then?
I don't.
Dude, every time you come to my house, you call me. Hey, can I get your address again?
Maybe I just want to talk to you. Just want to make sure you still want me because I'm usually not on time.
I don't want you. It's Nikki.
Well,
You're just kind of collateral damage. I mean,
That's
residual
that's
effect. Hey, do whatever you. Don't be a hater. Be an innovator.
Gravitator.
Okay, no.
Beethoven,
It is 10:30 on Monday.
I think we have a problem and we need to rectify that problem.
Ready? Oh. Oh.
Welcome to Midwest Mayhem. He is Chad Christensen.
Let's do this.
I am Tron Smith, and we are enjoying this great podcast, which is presented to you by Wilson Toyota, 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere in the metro. And I tell you, a lot of people have traveled here over the last week or so.
We have been busy.
We have been busy, and one thing we've been busy with is we had our annual Christmas party.
Outstanding again. And just a kudos to you for getting
Wow.
up there and entertaining as usual. And I know you wanted me to dress up as a rabbit. I just couldn't do it.
I do. I appreciate you. Kudos to me, but
Yeah.
I'm the last guy to kudos to.
Yeah.
It was the group behind the group.
It was the group behind the group. I agree.
It's amazing that every time you have something that goes off that well, it's the people that never get seen
Right.
that really do all the work. So I will tell you, just so people know, Riley and Haley and Carissa and Bree, those are the four that really made that thing fly and go. And I can only imagine how much fun everyone else had. But my grandson was super excited.
Yes.
Just about everything from the food to the.
He liked the beans.
He liked the beans. He threw most of them on the floor, but he did like the beans. But I just want to touch on something since we talk about Wilson Toyota, 2212 South Duff Avenue, short drive from anywhere to Metro. When we talk about who we are and what we stand for, we always talk about the Wilson experience. The one thing I really paid attention to is how tough it is to do a Secret Santa in an organization that you actually, you actually like the people you work with. And I think that complicates your Secret Santa because any other time you just go get some toilet paper and write that bad word on it and say Merry Christmas.
Well,
right?
and you're exactly right. It was crazy how many people received something that actually was useful in their daily lives.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
There was thought.
And then you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. I kind of think I knew who gave this to me. Right?
Yeah,
It was great.
There was thought put through it, and everybody was just a part. So again, we'll get some pictures or some things up from that Christmas party. It was an awesome thing.
Yeah. Hey, can I give a shout out to Jimmy's Barbecue?
You can do whatever you want to do, buddy.
The food was excellent.
The food was excellent, and I tell you, we're not supposed to really get into people that don't pay us. But anyway, Jimmy's laid it down, man. Over in Boone, go check it out if you get the opportunity to go over there. And I tell you, man, I've been on this tea kick, dude. And I met some customers, and I told them I'm not using their names on my podcast because they don't. But I can tell you this: the tea is unbelievable.
Are you talking about that stuff that we got in the bags?
Oh man, it is. They sell tea and they sell, it's some amazing stuff.
you've
It's
tried
great.
it?
Oh, dude, every day.
Should I be using it? Because I have it.
Dude, since I've gotten this tea, I'm serious. I sleep better. I got more rest. It's a serious deal. I'm not making this up. Everything about it is just awesome, and I've been drinking it every day since I found out.
Okay, I need to step up then.
If I feel the same way next week, I'll give you the website. We'll see how that works. But just I'm gonna tell you this. This is something you want to look into. I will give you YMC Wellness. I'll just leave you with that, and you go check it out. But anyway, we had the Christmas party. I know we talked about the turkey thon. We had all that stuff. Go to our website. I tell you, if you're an Instagram or Twitter person, at Wilson of Ames, and if you're Facebook or TikTok, at Wilson Toyota of Ames, and of course, if you want to get down and roll with the big dog. Holla at your boy. That's at Big Strong. 2 G's when you're as big as I am, and at Big Strong 1 on that Insta chat. You
Get
love that.
it?
You love that, don't you? So every time we get on this podcast, man, we're always talking about different things. And over the past few weeks, I've actually got some questions from people that have listened and was like, hey, just got a few questions. Just
I
wondering
like it.
if you and Chad can address these things. These are coming from consumers.
I like it a
which
lot.
is so here, since you're the salesperson, I'm
Okay.
going to let you answer. Is that
Okay,
fair?
That's fair. But
All
I
right.
wanted. I was going to go into something else. We can do it later. Let's go.
No, we can. I just want to get this out because I don't want to forget. I told them I would address their questions.
Let's
all right?
go.
We can do it later. No, we can do it right now, Chad. Okay. The first question from the customer, and I told him I will not use names.
Okay.
What is the best time to buy a car?
Oh, great question. I know a lot of people always think it's the end of the month, end of the year. I'm going to disagree with that a little bit, and here's why. Because it goes down to wants and needs again. But if you want a car, and whether you have a trade or not, there are things out there to make it so that any time is a great time to buy. Then it just depends on availability. What I mean about that is if there's a car on the lot, it is a phenomenal time to buy a car right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think there's one time over another. I would say for the dealerships, urgency is at the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
We want to hit our numbers. We want to get to where we want to be to, right?
Yeah.
For our success.
Absolutely.
And if we're not there, you know, and you really want to come in, we're going to try to make that deal work, right?
Yeah.
But we try to make it here work every day.
Well,
I think.
I agree with you 100%. The other thing I would just share with you from my perspective is there is no bad time.
I don't think there is.
To buy a car. I think me as a sales manager here, I want to sell a car every day.
Every day.
I mean, my urgency is the same regardless of if it's the first day of the month. Right. I'm thinking about how many cars I have to put out all month, and if it's the last day of the month, I'm still thinking about that number. So every day is a good day to buy. The one word of advice I would give you as a consumer is this. Go into the dealership when you're ready to purchase. And the reason why I say that is it really doesn't come down to a price. It comes down to affordability. And the affordability is what changes every day. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does.
It's like it's
because
affordability is connected to rebates and incentives and money factors if you're leasing, and those change daily.
Correct.
So my best advice to you is go to the dealership when you're ready to actually purchase to find out how affordable it is. Now, if you're not ready to purchase and you just want a price, go whenever you want, but just know the best price on the car is usually the price that you see.
Right.
Has nothing to do with how affordable it is.
Absolutely has nothing
Chew
to
on
do
that
with
one a little bit.
affordability. It's true. Absolutely true. I agree with you. You know, and you said something there too about beginning or end, it really doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't. You know, I think people have a perception in their mind that we don't want to sell them a car. When they, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they come in and listen to me, everyone. I want you to come in here and get a car every time you walk through this door. I want you to leave with something. I want you to leave happy and excited. And I want you to be like, this was the best experience of my life. It doesn't matter if it's the first of the month or last of the month. That's what we want to have happen.
Well, I think the feeling from the consumer of feeling like you don't want to send them a car or sell them a car, I think that comes from bad experiences that they have. And I think they kind of tie, you don't want to sell me a car to, you didn't give me the price that I expected.
Right.
And it's weird because before I got in the car business, I was just like the normal consumer, because I saw commercials that said $10,000 off or $12,000 off.
They're out there right now.
I just thought that every car you had $10,000 or $12,000 worth. You know, I didn't understand before I got in the business that a lot of that is rebates and internal 100%. Incentives and things like that. So not every vehicle has $10,000-$12,000 off, but there's always something.
There's always something.
You know, and what I mean by that, I mean there's always something to buy.
Right.
Right. You know, the price on the car is the price on the car. I mean, if you don't think that the MSRP of a car is a fair price, I want you to sit down at home and I want you to think to yourself, what would it cost you personally to build that vehicle by yourself? I can guarantee you're getting a pretty good steal.
Right.
So just keep that in mind.
I don't think people realize that a mirror, one of the side mirrors, right, that has the blind spot in it, the blinker on the outside and heated, is $1,000.
Well, yeah. Well, right now, which a lot of people don't understand, is your windshield, because of all the sensors and radars and things like that in it. The least expensive windshield you're finding right now is $2,000.
It's a lot of money.
And they get up to $4,300.
Yeah.
So I think everything's going up in price, and I'll say this, and I've said it from day one: buy a car not based on price, not based on affordability. Buy a car based on where you're buying it from. The number one thing you're going to need after that purchase is someone to guide you through. The car broke down. The car is making this noise. This isn't working. That's where it's all going to come in. So buy a car from a good dealership.
And, I think guide is a good word for us as salespeople here. I think we guide people from the beginning to the end, and we do not sell them anything. We put them into the car that's the right fit for them based off the information they give us. And we show the value of the car, and we make it affordable.
100%. So, yeah. So to answer the question, when is the best time to buy a car? There is no bad time, and trust me, I'm with Chad.
I don't think there is.
Every day you want to sell a car, that's what, or guide someone through the process, we should say. So every day is a good day. The old cliche of they're going to make a crazy deal at the end of the month, at the end of the year. Guys, listen, I'm going to make a crazy deal any day. It doesn't matter to me. If you are in front of me, I want to gain you as a customer.
Serious about buying a car.
I'm going to do everything it takes to sell you a car.
Absolutely.
I mean, to help you through that process. So just know that to answer that question. The next question is a little bit tougher.
Okay.
And I'm not. I
7.
didn't. Yes, 7. That's usually my answer, and I haven't been right yet. So I'm going to keep trying. Eventually, 7's going to be the answer.
I'm ready.
So I'm not. I don't understand what text. But we'll see if you can figure it out.
Okay.
The question is, what should I expect from us? What should I expect my salesperson to know and not know? That's what I did when I got the question.
That's actually a tough question, tougher than people would think. Here's why. If you come into our dealership, my dealership, and you ask me about a Chevy, for example, one of my used Chevys, I'm going to have knowledge on it because I knew of that vehicle when you came in, because I prepped myself before you came in. But it's going to be different than the knowledge I have if you come in and ask me about a Toyota, because I have been through
In Toyota
world, right? So I would say the expectation, what you should expect your salesperson to know is how many airbags. Actually, let me start all over. The first thing your salesperson should know, honestly, this is a really good question. When you sit down with your salesperson, and if they do not engage with you about your life, why the car, the situation you're in, they'll never put you in the right car and know the product that car has to have in it to apply to your life. So your salesperson first better know to have a conversation and actually have a genuine conversation with you. Do you have kids? Do you have a dog? What are you going to use the car for? How long do you keep a car? Are you on gravel? Whatever it might be.
Those questions aren't just questions to trick you into being their friend so you can rip them off?
No.
Oh.
Those questions, it's actual, people believe it or not, we're actually trying to gather information to put you in the best vehicle that fits your lifestyle, your needs, and your wants going forward.
Interesting.
So a salesperson, one, should know that. Be genuine. Ask questions to find out the why.
So hold on, I'm going to slow you down because I'm trying to really get this. You're
I know.
You're
I'm
going too
Tommy Boy in
fast,
my
right?
biscuit
So I
again.
just want to be clear. I'm going to go back to this Chevy, this pre-owned car. If you go to a Toyota dealership and you're buying a pre-owned non-Toyota,
Right.
the consumer shouldn't expect that salesperson to know all the dimensions and things of the non-Toyota.
I'm going to say they're not probably going to know everything about that car. And what I mean by that is how, especially if someone walks in and they're like, hey, I saw this car on the lot and you've had zero prep time, and you know what I'm saying? You're going to know some things about that car. You're going to know all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, whatever. You're going to know how many people it'll hold.
But I mean like ground clearances
and that's
turning
what you were going
radiuses.
to ask. Yeah, I think that's where it's going to get a little bit more challenging on
Non-Toyota.
your non-Toyota vehicles.
So I'm going to flip this question.
Yeah.
And again, I go back to
It's
the
a good
question
question.
asked by the consumer. Should they expect their salesperson to know the ground clearance and turning radius of a Toyota?
And it's
Ooh.
that's a good question because
I seen you lean back.
And here's why. Because again, I think they better have basic knowledge of their vehicle. And what I mean by basic, listen, because this basic to me might be basic different to you. When I do my test drive with people, correct? When I take them on my test drive, I take them someplace where we have to do a U-turn. I take them to where they have to turn where it's 44
And what do
feet
you
on a
do
turn.
when they say, what is the turning radius of this vehicle?
Yeah. Depending on the vehicle, if I know it, I say, hey, it's 45 feet. It's 45 feet a complete circle, 44, 42, whatever. Or I say, you know what? Do that again and let me count it. No, but if I don't know, you know what I say? Let me jump on my phone while we're driving back, and I'll tell you before we get back to the dealership exactly what it is.
Yeah, and if you're a Toyota dealership, you have Toyota Engage, which is
And and that's where I was getting to.
great thing. I know what time it is. It's a great thing to.
But the other thing, example, people ask all the time, what's the difference between a Camry and a RAV? Ground clearance, right?
Yes.
Is it 2 inches? Is it 4 inches? Is it
Well, that's
6
a big
inches?
question.
You better know some of that stuff.
And if you don't, again, I'll go back to it. If you're a Toyota dealership, you can always go into Toyota
You can.
Engage. I would assume that other manufacturers have that. If they don't, reach out to Toyota, see if they'll sell you the Engage platform so you can get that for.
And
It is a great tool. So
I would hope your customer would come in with a little bit more of expectation than this is red. It has 4 tires.
Yes.
It has a 4-cylinder. I would expect that they would hope their salespeople have a little bit more knowledge than that.
Again, I'm touching base on this question because
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it all out just from having the conversation. Should the consumer expect their salesperson to know things about the engine? So more and when I hear this question like this, it's like, how much service should we expect the salesperson to know about service and their new car?
Okay, well, I would expect them, especially if it's a new car, to know that it has 2-year, 25,000 miles of Toyota Care that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
So the consumer has peace of mind in the beginning.
So they should know the cubic feet and all that of the
Well, I
engine
think-
block. And
no.
okay,
I think they should be able to say the car is going to tell you when it's time for maintenance.
yes.
I also think that people are shocked when you say you don't do an oil change except till 10,000 miles.
Yeah. Well,
people
that
are
used
like,
to be
"Whoa,
an every
what?"
2,000 mile thing.
Right. It did when I grew up. Now, don't even go there, but it did when I
was
grew
going
up.
to say, was there oil in cars or was that
Yeah.
still?
Hey, no, the horse went 2
Yeah,
miles.
I was going to say, just make sure you fed the horse this morning.
No, but I think
and
I
the
think- I
oil
think
was
it's
coming out the
important-
back.
I think it's important for people to know what Toyota Care is. That it's the oil change, air filter, cabin filter, oil filter, and tire rotation.
So
right?
I got another piece to this question.
Go ahead.
So should you expect your salesperson to know what warranties are and what they cover?
I would expect if someone says it's 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper, or if it's 5 years, 60, that is your drivetrain. I would expect people to know the basic warranties on the manufacturer's warranties on our Toyota cars.
So I'm just going to
That's-
throw
I'm
this.
gonna say
Hold on.
yes
I
on
know.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would say yes too. They better, right? But I got a question, and I just want to share this with the salespeople. Now that we're addressing the consumers, I want to address the salesperson, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to address this off camera.
Okay?
Okay. What is a drivetrain?
I knew you were going to go there.
You guys can't see Riley's face, but it is a blank stare like she just saw a ghost. Okay. Most of your consumers have no idea what a drivetrain is.
Right.
We deal with it every day. We hear
Right.
it every day. We've researched it. We hear it in training classes. We need to come up with an idea to address. Oh, okay. Oh, I got a hand raiser. What?
No, say it because it actually is good if you know or don't know.
I just want to see. No, I don't know.
Well, what were you going to say?
No.
You were going to say no? Okay. All right. She was going to say no, and that is a wrong answer.
You know, and I know this is getting way off subject. Why not just have a visual? Hey, this is what it covers.
So let me ask you a question.
Like lights it up in red.
I'm asking, I'm going to be a consumer.
Yeah.
Is it everything that touches oil?
It's everything that touches gear parts.
Ooh, interesting, right? So the reason why I asked that question that way is I would encourage salespeople, sales managers, GSMs, whoever it is,
Yeah.
sit your sales staff down and come up with a true answer to that question
Yeah.
because, unintentionally, I think what we do is we speak over customers' heads and
Yeah, they don't
they're
understand
never
what
going
we're
to
saying.
stop you and say, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
right? They're just going to go on and go. So as if you want to be a really outstanding and great dealership, take the time to sit down with your people and let's
very
understand
good.
the consumer without them having to ask.
right.
They don't know what a powertrain is.
I like
I'm just
it.
telling you
I like
right
it.
now. You know, they may know what a power wheel is, but they don't know what a powertrain is.
Well, and since you're addressing that and kind of going down that road,
I feel like I'm in trouble.
no, we get a lot of questions from consumers about tires.
Yeah.
Is it covered? Is it not covered?
Nope.
What happens? It's exactly, that's it.
Hey, no.
A tire is wear and tear.
No, and you know what? As a dealership and as a sales people in this industry, we have to get really good at just being honest. Mm-hmm. No, it's
Right.
not covered.
Right.
And how could you cover? If it was covered, then they wouldn't need roadside assistance.
That's right.
Right? Just get a new tire. I mean,
Well,
it's the
but
truth.
how many times a week do we hear that?
Well, the other thing
Someone
that
calls in and asks.
I think we get a lot of is rock chips. Mm-hmm. Is the rock chip covered? Or whether that be on my paint or my windshield.
That would be a no as well.
Well, as you said, it was a 3-year, 36,000 bumper to bumper.
I know, but I was just reading the beginning of the thing. It is
I know.
not tire. It is not rock chip.
Since we're having this conversation as two professionals, we better make sure that we sit our salespeople down and we have a conversation about what is covered and what is not covered.
Right.
I know I got a good friend of mine named Bob Eckhart who runs S&C Automotive. He sells a group of outstanding products that will cover those things that we're talking about. Crystal Fusion on the windshield, Expel on the rock chips, undercoating, rust proofing, things like that. Again, that's S&C Automotive. Check him out. Big dog Bob
Been
Eckhart.
around forever.
Yeah. Whoa, you just call him old,
Hey,
bro?
older than me.
Whoa, older.
Actually, I don't think he is.
Older the berry, the sweeter the juice, man. You know what
No,
they
but
say.
you know what? You know it's a good product when they say, how long have we been with you guys? And it's since the door opened.
Yeah,
Think about it.
Yeah, but they're great people, and I don't want to keep but Bob's a good dude. The thing I've always appreciated about Bob is Bob isn't one of those third party people that just have a product and then doesn't show back up. He's here at least once, twice a month.
Right.
Coming. I see. I got Mark. Since we're live, we might as well bring Mark in. Come on in, Mark. Hey, Mark. Hey, welcome to the podcast, buddy. Usually when you go by and we're talking on these mics, we're live on the podcast. But hey, man, since you're here,
what's up?
The business doesn't stop.
Okay.
Tell him he'll be out. Tell him he'll be out in 2 minutes. We'll be done. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Hey, nothing like jumping right in. I told you here at Midwest Mayhem, we're always going to keep it real.
Right.
That's a real moment.
That is a real
Hey,
moment.
I only got one story because I know we're cutting short and I know you got to get out here. But this is something that I do not want to miss the opportunity to talk about great business.
Yep.
So for me, I always tell people, if you give me bad service, I'm probably not going to purchase with you. That's just
fact.
me. But I'm going to give you a situation of unbelievable service that reminds me of our dealership.
Okay.
So I'm a hot tub guy.
You are a hot tub guy.
I'm sitting in my hot tub every night. I don't miss, right?
Yep.
I mean, my hot tub relaxes me.
Yep.
It's where I go and decompress from very hard days at work, right? I go home and I do that. So I've been talking to my wife about a new hot tub.
Love it.
It's just some things that
Of course
we
you have,
we
'cause you were
bought.
gonna make it by yourself.
Yeah, well, we bought during COVID, and there were some things we wanted that we just couldn't get. So we really been having that conversation. So of course, doing Black Friday,
Right.
we went in and I'm just gonna say Central Iowa Pool and Spa.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
that's where I go. It is. I made sure Central Iowa Pool and Spa. And I'm not supposed to say that, and I'm getting in trouble, but I'm saying it anyway. Gosh darn it, right? But we went in there with the intent to buy a new hot tub, right?
Right.
That was my intention.
Right.
And a good friend of ours that works over there, April, who I think the world of. Now, keep in mind, I'm in there. I'm like, let's spend it. What is it, 22,
let's go.
25? Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's get it done.
Yeah.
She looks at me and she says, you don't need a new hot tub. Let me tell you about some of the features that maybe you weren't sure how to work on yours. And then from what you're telling me, this should be fine. So you don't need to buy a new hot tub. And I'm like, wait, April, hold on. I'm here to buy.
spend money.
And she's like, no, you don't need a new hot tub. If you needed a new hot tub, I would tell you that, but you don't need to spend the money. Just do this. And I thought about that. I know all those ladies over there, Tammy and Hannah, they're all great. I just appreciated the fact so much that she was honest with me.
Right.
And even, I remember Bill Belichick saying, some of the best teammates on your team will make decisions that's the best for the team, not necessarily best for them. And that resonated with me over at Central Iowa Pool and Spa. I truly appreciate good people that do business. And to be honest with you, I will never do any business anywhere.
Right.
else.
So it goes back to the first question you asked me. The first question.
But best time to buy a hot tub? Always a good time to
No,
buy a hot
it
tub,
was-
man.
it was the second
Yeah,
question. It was the second question
best
you
time
asked
to
me,
buy a hot tub is like when it's cold out.
Second question you asked
During
me
COVID.
was, what should your salesperson know, right? Well, if you're a repeat customer, your salesperson should know you.
Oh, 100%. You know, and it's you know, I think when you meet customers, it should be a long-term relationship, and from the time you meet them, you should be making decisions based on that long-term relationship, based on cutting their throat. Is that what you're saying? Oh, based on what they're going to do, not just in the present time, but in the future.
That's right.
So it's very, very important that you know. But I really appreciate people doing great business and standing up. And I'll tell you, I don't care where I go and what I do when it comes to my hot tub or a spa or a pool. I know you're talking about a pool. I wouldn't encourage you to go anywhere else. And I'm not saying
I
that
already have it written
I'm
down.
not saying that they're bad people out, but they're not the same. Don't be doing that to me, right?
Hey, and for all those people out there, before Tron cuts me off,
It's coming.
It's the holiday season, and this cutting people off, going slow
my
in the
goodness.
fast
Okay,
lane,
so hey, you know what?
Putting that finger up. I know I'm number one. You don't have to keep telling me I'm not. I know I'm number one. But it's the holiday season,
Calm
people.
down.
If you're
Calm
slow, move over.
Calm down.
Don't make me get around you and then go 95 and then tell me I'm number one. I get it. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I see that Chad's having a moment.
Happy holidays.
Okay, Grinch. Again, this is Midwest Mayhem. We appreciate it. Again, if you want to get up with it, please take the time to look at our Instagram and Twitter at Wilson of Ames. If you're a Facebook, TikTok person, that's at Wilson Toyota of Ames.
Yes.
And of course, you always want to know how we roll and get down with the get down. Holla at your boy. That's at Big Strong. 2 G's when you're as big as I am, and at Big Strong 1 on that Insta chat. Holla at your boy. Hey, it's been great. Thank you for joining us here at Midwest
Thank you for the
Mayhem.
questions.
Again, he is Chad Christensen. I am Tron Smith. That's a peace out. Happy holidays.
Happy
Get
holidays.
outta here.